Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Houston Astros. We got 5 games left in the regular season. We need to go 5-0. We ended up winning yesterday. We got 2 more games with the Astros tonight and tomorrow afternoon, and then 3 games with the Athletics. Let's get it, baby. Let's get into the music, cue up the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Let's go. And on the thumb, on the left, we have Julio Rodriguez. And on the right, we have third baseman Alex Bregman. And now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners in right field, Victor Robles. Batting second, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Batting third, catching tonight for the Mariners, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Batting fifth, playing first base for Seattle, Justin Turner. Batting sixth, playing second base, Jorge Polanco. Batting seventh, DHing today for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Batting eighth, playing shortstop for Seattle, J.P. Crawford. And batting ninth, playing third base, Dylan Moore. And on the mound, one of our aces, 8-11 record with an ERA of 3.24. Doesn't get any run support, but hopefully he will today. It is Walter, a.k.a. Logan Gilbert. And we're going to need Stetson's finest here tonight. A 6 or 7 solid innings, and hopefully we get Troy Taylor in the 8th and then Andres Munoz in the 9th. Let's go, Logan. And now let's get into the starting lineup for the home Houston Astros. Leading off for the Astros at second base, Jose Altuve. Batting second, playing right field, Kyle Tucker. Batting third, playing third base, Alex Bregman. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, catching tonight for H-Town, Yanier Diaz. Batting fifth, DHing for Houston, John Singleton. Batting sixth, playing first base, Victor Caratini. Batting seventh, playing shortstop for Houston, Jeremy Pena. Batting eighth, playing left field, Jason Heyward. And batting ninth, playing center field for Houston, Mauricio Dubon. And on the mound for the Astros, it is their ace, 14-7 record, an ERA of 2.85, one of the better pitchers in the game, Framber Valdez. Let's go, baby. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. You know, addiction, depression, anxiety, these are things that not only I battled, but I know some of y'all are battling it right now or maybe have in the past. So if you're slipping into the darkness a little bit, make some minor adjustments to your daily routine. Hold yourself accountable. If you're not exercising, exercise. If you're not eating healthy, eat healthier. Listen to 30 minutes of music every single day. You know, make sure you're spending time with friends, family, and pets. And if you do these basic things, you'll get back on track and you'll be able to win the day. And we're going to be shooting for 20 likes within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall, and obviously 100 in the donos on every single stream. Seattle Mariners, Houston Astros, game number 2 in the set. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 3 minutes. Let's go Mariners. Kenny in the building, what's good? Jay in the building, what's good? Dave in the building, what's good? Cool Kid in the building, what's good? Let's go, baby. No game footage. You know, anyone that throws up game footage, you know, you're going to get a copyright strike. So if you're looking at watching the game, I would recommend doing a streaming site, not YouTube, because you're not going to probably find it on YouTube. And if you do, it'll probably end up getting blocked at some point in the game. But if you end up using a streaming site, that would be the way to go. You know, unless you have access to cable or satellite. But that's what 99.9% of the world does if they don't have it in their area or if they don't have cable or internet. Let's go, baby. And this is definitely not going to be easy. You know, even if we end up going undefeated in these last, 6 games, we won yesterday 6-1. But a big part of that is not having Yordan Alvarez in the lineup. If Yordan Alvarez is in the lineup, there is a chance that not only does Houston win a game, they could win all of the games against the Mariners. So I'm not oblivious to that. And he's obviously injured and out for more than likely the rest of the year. So I got mad respect for, the Houston Astros. And again, I feel they're kind of the sleeper team in the American League. Everyone's talking about the Yankees. Everyone's talking about the Orioles and the Guardians. But if we're really being honest and if we're really being real, even though Houston started off really slow at the beginning of the year, you knew at some point they were going to catch fire after the All-Star break, and they did. And I would say that they're probably the biggest sleeper team, and they could still make it to the World Series. Same thing goes for the Padres, I feel, in the National League. Everyone's talking about the Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies, deservedly so. But in the last 2 years, the number one team that ended up winning, 100 to 115 games, right? The Braves and the Dodgers, they didn't even make the World Series. It ended up being the Phillies 2 years ago and the Arizona Diamondbacks last year. So are we going to get the same type of thing where we get the powerhouse teams like the Braves and Dodgers from a couple years ago or the Phillies and Dodgers this year? Are they going to get it done? And are we going to get one of those teams representing the National League? Or will injuries and obviously issues with the pitching staff end up coming to light? And the hot and healthy team in the National League and the American League is usually the team that ended up, typically advancing. The American League team, usually when they're good, they're really, really good, and they go all the way, as we've seen with the Astros and the Rangers. So we'll see if we end up getting the Dodgers and Phillies. I wish them the best of luck. My dad has been a Dodger fan since the 1950s, but as we both talk, we know that if the pitching typically gets hurt and if you don't have all of your guys healthy, there is a chance for a team like the Padres that get hot and healthy at the right time to upset my dad's Dodgers, or a team like Philadelphia. But again, this might be a different year. We'll have to wait and see, but it really does come down to who is hot and healthy at the right time, and that's usually the teams that end up advancing to the World Series. Let's go, baby. Sarah in the building, what's good? Let's do it. Let's get to 100 in donos. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Five games left. We got 2 here against the Astros. We won 6-1 yesterday. And again, we're going to have a 3-game set after that with the Oakland Athletics. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us at least get to 10 within the first 30 minutes. Looks like we're at 6 right now. We got about half or under half of the people that have done it so far. So if you are in the room, do your boy a solid and smash that like button so we can get to 20 in the first hour, and that'll help us get into the algorithm for the stream. Let's go. Calvin in the building. What's good? Let's go, baby. And Victor Robles has just been a godsend for us. Thank God for Victor. And again, if we didn't have Victor Robles in the lineup, we would be done. Like I said, we appreciate, that Julio got hot late in the year, and Cal Raleigh is the most clutch, hitter on the Mariners in the 7th inning and beyond. And you could argue he's the best catcher in baseball. He's definitely up there in the top 5. But if you look at what he does offensively and defensively, the only knock on him is his batting average is a little low. But he's the best defensive catcher, in my opinion, throwing guys out. Obviously, great leader. And again, he's going to lead the catchers in home runs every single year that he's been in the major leagues. He did it in his rookie year, he did it last year, and he's going to do it this year. And he's only 2 home runs away from tying Mike Piazza for 92 in his first 3 years. And right now you're at 90. So again, 2 more homers in 5 games is possible. I don't know if he'll be able to get 3 to end up being number 1 overall, and hitting 93 over Mike Piazza's 92, unless he ends up hitting 2 in 1 game, which he has done a couple times this season. But again, a great year for Cal Raleigh. Nice to see Julio getting hot, but it really is about this guy right here, Victor Robles. He's the one that sets the tone, kind of like Ichiro did for us back in the day. When he gets a hit in one of his first 2 at-bats, we typically win 90 to 95% of the time. And on top of that, he's the best bunter on the team. And I know he can lay down a bunt and not only get a single out of it, but if the throw is wild, he might even get a double out of a single bunt. So love what I'm getting out of Victor Robles. Framber Valdez, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Not going to be easy. And hopefully we can get a little bit of offense on him before we get into the 6th and 7th inning once he potentially gets pulled. Hopefully we can get Valdez out by the 5th, and we'll see how it goes from there. Let's go, baby. 14-7 record, ERA of 2.85. He is the real deal Holyfield. And in the box is Victor Robles. Let's go, baby. 314 average, 4 homers, and 25 ribbies. It doesn't really shoot off the page, but if you've been watching baseball as of late, he's been great. Popped up into center field off the first pitch strike, 1 away. Not exactly what I wanted to see there. I would have rather had him drop down a bunt, but again, maybe he'll do that at his next at bat. 1 away. It's okay, Victor. I still love you. You're still one of my top players. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, Julio. We need you. That bat needs to come alive. Let's get it. First pitch to Julio Rodriguez, right on the corner for a strike. 0-1 count. Yeah, Jay winning was great. That's great for wrestling. Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix comes out tomorrow, and I know that he tried to buy the rights back so it wouldn't get aired, and we're not really going to get the full truth. Vince is trying to come off as, I'm not as bad as a guy as, I'm portrayed, which is kind of BS because we already know that he's a dirtbag. But, I'm definitely interested to see on how that all plays out. But with Jay winning, deservedly so. 14 years he had to wait to win a singles title, and it's good to be able to get our best with belts around their waist. And deservedly so. Not that, Braun Breaker isn't deserving. Everyone's going to be going in different, divisions. And at some point, we would assume Braun will end up being in the heavyweight class sooner than later and dropping the belt. Maybe that's what we're going to get. Julio, throw to first, 2 away. Or we might end up getting a nice rematch. Typically, when someone drops the belt, if the feud is strong enough, they may have a little bit of a rematch and he might get it back. But I'm definitely liking to see Jay with the belt. Top of the first, 0-0 Mariners and Astros. Bryce Miller was wheeling and dealing yesterday. Fantastic, development from him and Brian Wu on where they were a couple years ago to where they're at now. Next up is big dumper Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. And again, I don't expect us to get a whole lot on Framber Valdez. I'm hoping for 2 to 3 runs. I don't think we're going to be able to get 4 or 5 runs. We need to get 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits to win typically. But Framber's really good. And, we can't act like he's just like some kind of scrub. He might end up, going up and down the lineup and just working it. So we got to pray for a little bit of luck here tonight. 0-2 pitch to Cal. Pitch is low at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chopper, Valdez, and there we go. That's exactly what you can get when you get a bunt, and that's why I want Victor Robles to drop the bunts down, because if Valdez slips or he reaches down and just can't, get the ball in time, a lot of pitchers throw wild to first. We know that, right? But he went to go scoop it. He missed it. Easy hit for Cal Raleigh. I like it. Let's go. Let's see if we can capitalize off that little blooper. Next up, left fielder Randy Arozarena. 13 hits last night for the Mariners, only 4 for the Astros. But a big part of that is no Yordan Alvarez. I think he's out for the rest of the year. I know for sure out for the rest of this series, and we'll see if he ends up coming back before the year ends, but I don't think he will. But Astro fans that are in the room, obviously with Calvin and Houston, Texas Dave, you guys would probably have some more insight on that, on the injury status of Yordan Alvarez, one of your best players on your team. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Come on, Randy. Let's go, baby. 221 average, 20 homers, and 59 ribbies so far here in 2024. Randy's 1 for 2 career-wise against Valdez. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And I will be doing the matchup tomorrow at 11 in the morning. I've already made a thumbnail. And I know it's early. Not everyone is going to be able to be here. But I will be doing the stream tomorrow morning. And that'll be the last matchup. And then obviously we'll have a day off on Thursday. But I will be doing probably a couple reaction videos, at some point, for the 2 games from last night, the Commandos and Bengals and Jags and Bills. I was going to do that today, but I didn't have time because I had to take care of Paisley and take her to the groomer and wash her and get her nails trimmed and do some shopping. But I will bust out those 2 reaction videos probably after the Mariner game. And then we're going to go from there. Thursday we'll be off, and then we'll be back at it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the Mariners and Athletics, as well as the Oregon Ducks and UCLA. Pitch is inside, and that is a walk. Let's go, baby. Next up, first baseman with runners at first and second, Justin Turner. And that's not a common thing for Framber Valdez. You're not going to see him walk too many. And again, getting a walk early on or possibly a hit by pitch, as long as our guys don't get hurt, is definitely ideal. We just need to get guys on, and we need to move guys over. Pitch is outside. Seems like Valdez is, I don't want to say he lost his rhythm because we're still in the first inning. Obviously pitchers, it'll take a little bit of time. And it's not like he has thrown like 8 consecutive balls in a row and walked the first 2 or 3 guys. But he's starting to pitch a little bit outside, and I like that. 2 balls and no strikes to Justin Turner. Let's go, JT. Pitch is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. I like this. If I can get Framber Valdez to not hit the zone and get frustrated in the first inning, hell, we might be able to get him out by the 4th instead of the 5th. And we already know he's a guy that can go 6, 7, 8, 9. He can pitch a complete game. The guy's amazing. So anything that we can get on a guy that's 14-7, 2.85 ERA is ridiculous. Pitch there in the zone for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike from Framber Valdez to Justin Turner. But 20 pitches, we like that. 3-1 pitch. Turner, dribbler towards third. Fuck. And that is a force out right to Bregman. Nothing we can do there. Framber Valdez gets out of it. And let's go to the bottom of the first inning, and we got our guy, Logan Gilbert. Let's go, Walter. Yeah, you've just had incredibly bad luck as well as I have. No one else is experiencing, what we're going through. Obviously, you had bad luck last year, with drafting and injuries. And again, you're right back at it again. But I don't think you're going to have to wait as long to get your first win. And let's be honest, if you would have played anybody but Matt, you would have beaten pretty much everyone in the league last week. It's just bad luck that he did good, you did good, and that's kind of what happens in fantasy. Two shitty teams usually face each other with low numbers projected. Two really good teams, end up projecting, high numbers against each other. Sometimes you end up getting the dub, and sometimes you fall a little bit short. And obviously with him getting the Packer D and Sam Darnold, that was the difference. If he didn't do that, you would have ended up winning, and hopefully things will get a little bit better. But at least you're not me. Yeah, I got to win. But again, no run CMC, who might be out for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I would have never drafted him if I would have known that he would have been out for this long. I would have taken, Breece Hall or Justin Jefferson. So I feel like the Niners did everybody dirty in fantasy, because if it was just like a week or two, fine. But not 4, 6, 8 weeks or half of the season. Anyone that picked McCaffrey is kind of fucked right now, right? And then on top of that, Cooper Kupp. So I'm missing out on a top 3 receiver, top 3 running back. Nobody in our league is missing out on 50 points a week out of 2 guys. And I haven't really been able to recover. So I'm just hoping that I can somehow stay afloat and then catch fire late. But hopefully you'll be able to get it going sooner than later. Lauren in the building, what's good? But the Niners definitely did everyone dirty in fantasy, acting like it wasn't that big of a deal. And he might miss like a week, maybe 2. But if they should have announced that in preseason, that, hey, he'll probably be out on IR for a month, and then no one would have picked him until later on. And then that could have been like a sleeper pick on your bench. And then if they would have mentioned, well, it's worse than we thought, he went to Germany, maybe he'll be out half a year. Who the hell picks a guy first overall that's going to be out for half the year in fantasy? Fucking nobody, They ripped us off. So I blame the 49ers, and obviously Cooper Kupp will be back before CMC, it looks like, but not the start that I wanted. And I probably will never pick Cooper Kupp and run CMC in fantasy ever again. Once you do me dirty, I never forget, and I'll never pick him again. That Madden curse, I guess, is real. Bottom of the first, 0-0, Mariners and Astros. 1-0 pitch to Jose Altuve. And plus, I don't like having one of the top picks in fantasy anyways. Give me the 4th pick or like the 5th pick. Don't give me 1st or 2nd. Give me 4th or 5th. That's the sweet spot. You always get screwed when you pick in the top, I feel. Because those guys end up getting hurt 9 times out of 10. 1-1 pitch. Pitch there on the corner. Should have been a strike, but called ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jose Altuve. Lauren in the building. What's good? Storm Bum at the game. What's good, brother? Have a good one. Enjoy yourself there. 2-1 pitch. Altuve popped it up into right field. Victor Robles is there. 1 away. Next up for the Astros, right fielder Kyle Tucker. And if you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do. We're 1 away from 10, and we just got it right now. We're 10 away from 20, and we have at least 16 people in the room that haven't done it yet. So if you could do that for me, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, some people can't donate, and that's completely fine, but everyone can smash that like button. And again, that'll help us into the algorithm, and it'd be greatly appreciated. So we can get more people in the room. Positive, more, likelihood of more subs and donos and obviously shares on the stream as well. So I'd appreciate that. Bottom of the first, 0-0, nobody on with 1 out. 0-1 pitch to Kyle Tucker. Pitch is low and end the dead. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kyle Tucker. Bottom of the first, 0-0, nobody on with 1 out, 1-1 pitch. Pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Kyle Tucker. Let's go, Logan. We need a strong performance today, baby. Let's go. Stetson finest. Let's get it. 2-1 pitch to Tucker. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's go, baby. Bring that intensity. Since return from the injury, batting almost 350. I see you, Kyle Tucker. But as soon as one guy comes back from an injury, another guy ends up going to the injured list, Yordan Alvarez. Pitches outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full to Kyle Tucker. Let's go. Three-two pitch. Popped up. And that's in foul territory. There we go. We got it. 2 away. Nice job by Demo. Good defense, Demo. I love it. Next up for the Astros, third baseman Alex Bregman. The game just started. Uh-oh, back. See ya! Alex Bregman, and I should have known because I ended up putting him on the thumb, and it seems like every time I put a guy on the thumb, they end up having a great game. So hopefully Julio can match what we got from Bregman right there, but I'm not surprised. 1-0 Astros. It's like, I don't know what it is with my ESP and my ESP, but usually it's always on point for whatever reason. Nice job by Bregman. STL in the building. What's good? Yeah, enough of you, bruh. Stop spamming. You want to know how many strikeouts you can go on the ESPN page? You don't need to type it like 10 times in the chat, my guy. Anna from Mexico in the building. What's good? Go Mariners. STL in the building. What's good? 0-1 pitch to Yanier Diaz. And we've had a hot one here in the Pacific Northwest here in Oregon. 90 degrees. I think it's the last official day, even though we're already into fall. But it's like the last summer-like day here in Oregon. And it was a hot one today. 0-2 pitch to Diaz. Big swing and a miss. Got him, baby. Nice job, Logan. And not ideal. You don't want to give up a home run right out of the gates, but it could have been worse. It could have been a 2-run blast or a 3-run blast. So a solo shot, it stings, but it's not like the game is over. And they got a lot of good players on their roster. So, it's not going to be something where we're going to be able to shut the Astros out. It's going to be a grind. And hopefully we can end up winning like 5-4, if it ends up being a game like that. But hopefully he'll be able to tighten that up just a little bit. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners here in the top of the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Batting second, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. And batting third, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. So as you look at this, particular roster today, not our strongest lineup since we have Framber Valdez, a lefty. When you got guys like Garver and then obviously JP and Demo at the end, you don't really expect anything. So if we can get anything out of this part of the lineup, Justin Turner, Polo, Garv, JP, and Demo, that might be the difference between us winning. We already know we're going to get something out of Victor, Julio, Cal, and more than likely Randy. We'll put him in the same category as the other three, but with Turner, Polo, Garv, Crawford, and more, no Luke Raley in the lineup, and obviously no Josh Rojas, so I don't really know how I feel about that. And I know they typically do that based on left-handed pitching and right-handed pitching. But for me, I would rather have Luke Raley go in against a left-handed pitcher rather than putting in a righty like Garver who's not very good. I get it. They have different analytics and statistics, lefties on righties and righties on lefties. But to me, if the player is good enough, they're going to find a way to get a hit off a lefty or a right-handed pitcher. And I feel by not having Luke Raley in the lineup is definitely not ideal. So hopefully we'll see him pinch hit later in the game, and maybe he'll end up being the hero. But so far, we're down right now 1-0 with an Alex Bregman solo blast there in the first inning. I see you, Alex. I got to stop with my ESP by putting these guys on the thumbs. But again, it just seems like every time I do, they end up being successful. And hopefully that's the only home run we see out of Bregman here tonight. Top of the second, 1-0 Astros. Nobody on, nobody out. First pitch to Jorge Polanco is outside. 1-0 count. 1 ball and no strikes. Uh-oh, baby. Back, gone! Let's go. And just like I said, if you can get anything out of the end of the lineup, Jorge Polanco, we got the trident photo, and he says, you know what? We're going to make sure we come through for the NWSF. Back. See ya! Now we're tied up at 1. Exit velo 102, 377 feet, and I love that. There we go. Nice job, Polo. Next up is Mitch Garver. Let's go, Garv. Little slow roll dribbler to first. 1 away. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. And if this was the Mariners when we had Scott Service, we probably wouldn't have responded with a home run or an RBI or a big hit until like 3 or 4 innings later. So to be able to get punched in the mouth with that home run by Alex Bregman, and then to be able to punch back just in the next inning is huge, especially for the momentum for our team. Nice job. 0-1 pitch to J.P. Crawford from Valdez, right on the corner, behind in the count 0-2. Come on, JP. Big swing and a miss. Down goes J.P. Crawford, and he lost his leadoff spot, and that might have bruised his ego, but it was a very smart decision to put Victor Robles at the top of the order. He's just a better player, plain and simple. And again, maybe JP at one point or another will be able to get all the way up to the 2-hole once he gets better. But again, he's a guy that if he's not careful, he's going to get replaced pretty soon. Him and Polo, because we got guys like Colt Emerson and Cole Young that are in the farm system that are waiting to come up. And a lot of people think that those two guys are going to be better than what we have currently right now out of J.P. Crawford and Jorge Polanco. So, if these guys don't continue to play well, they will get their spot taken in a year or 2, or maybe even less. Next up is Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. Pitch is low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. All right, we're at 11. We got 33 people in the room. We need 9 more likes to get to 20. So if you are watching, do your boy a solid, regardless if you're in the United States or you're somewhere globally. But again, we want to make sure we're hitting the algorithm for this particular stream. So if you can smash that like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. We have at least 20 plus that haven't done it yet. 3-1 pitch. Pitch is outside, and that is a walk. There we go. Let's get to 20 in this first hour, and then it's smooth sailing from there. Next up for the Mariners, Victor Robles. I'm not sure if he'll drop down the bunt here, but I know he can be successful. Absolutely. All right, we're at 14. 6 more to go to hit 20. Robles with the bunt. Let's go. And throw to first. And he fell down, but he got the out. It's like, when you watch a team enough, you kind of have an idea of what they're going to do. Victor Robles stays on the ground. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he didn't sprain his ankle or anything there. But they are going to challenge it or not? No. Okay. But I like the idea of Victor dropping the bunt, but I normally would want him to drop the bunt down if it was no outs or 1 out, not necessarily 2. But again, he is the best bunter on the team. Another thing that Scott Service never implemented, but now with Dan Wilson, we see Victor drop a bunt down sometimes once a game, and sometimes he'll do it 3 times in a game. And we know he's not a home run hitter, and he can get big hits, bloopers into the infield and all the way back to the wall. But again, getting a bunt down it sends a message, that again, that even if hitting is, kind of far and few between, even though we've been hot as a team lately hitting, it's kind of one of those things that's hard to defend, and not every team bunts on a regular basis. And I feel if we can become one of the best bunting teams, that's going to help get guys over and help us score more runs and obviously be more efficient in 2024 and beyond. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second, 1-1. Let's see who's up next here for the Astros. Next up for the Astros, DHing in the 5-hole, John Singleton. Batting second in the 6-hole, first baseman Victor Caratini. And batting third in the 7-hole, shortstop Jeremy Pena. We got 25 subs to go to get to 20,600. We've been making some good ground, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. First pitch to Singleton for a strike. 236 average, 13 homers, and 41 ribbies in 2024 for Singleton. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So happy that we responded with a home run with a home run. And again, things have changed dramatically since we got rid of Scott Service. But again, we still got Jerry DiPoto, and his ass needs to get out of there. Obviously, if Stanton would sell the team, that would be the greatest thing ever. I feel like we're almost held hostage like when the Redskins had Dan Snyder, and it took a long time before he was able to sell and to get his ass out of there. But now, with the Commandos, they got their best quarterback maybe since Alex Smith, and I think Jaden Daniels could even be better. Like, this might be the best quarterback they've had since Theismann, Mark Rippon, and Alex Smith. And even though they don't have a full complement of a team, Jaden Daniels is it, and he's probably the best quarterback in this draft so far. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Singleton, 1 away. Next up, first baseman in the 6-hole, Victor Caratini. But when you end up being one of the more dysfunctional franchises in football in the Washington Commanders, which should go back to the Washington Redskin name if we're being honest, I'm kind of happy that they finally got like a franchise QB, because I feel like they've been kind of in the same boat as me besides, grabbing Brady for a couple years. It's like nice to be able to finally get someone that you don't have to look over your shoulder and you feel confident that this is the guy moving forward that you could have for 5 or 10 years. And they haven't ever had that in a long, long time. Pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Victor Caratini. Allie in the building. What's good? 1-1 pitch. Pitch is on the corner. Should have been called a ball, but called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Victor Caratini. I would agree with that statement, as well as the Ravens defense isn't the same without McDonald. Anytime you end up losing a key piece that, has a certain type of scheme and aura and vibe, usually the person that comes in ends up failing very badly. Pitch is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Saw a Mariner jersey? In what state? What state did you see the Mariner jersey in? Not in Washington or Oregon, since you don't live around here. In the Midwest? Was it Julio? Pitch is outside. And that is fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch from Gilbert to Caratini. Chopper towards first base, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, I mean, if you finally have a quarterback, that can actually make plays for the very first time in like 50 years, yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to see, and it's like they got athletes. They've always had athletes. They're just dysfunctional. It's like a dysfunctional family, Whoa, that one is wild, all the way back to the backstop. I mean, they did have one of the best D-lines in football before they broke it up with Chase Young and company, but they used to have a top 2 front 4. But again, usually with the linebackers and the secondary, a little suspect. They've always kind of had athletic running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. Offensive line needs a lot of work, but, give it a few years as long as Jaden Daniels doesn't get hurt. Yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll be able to make a few strides, as the years go on. It definitely gives us a reason to watch Commander games now rather than skip the game, right? We want to see how Jaden Daniels looks, and he looks pretty good so far. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Caratini. 2 away. Another punch out by my boy, Walter, a.k.a. Logan Gilbert. Nice job, bro. Next up, one of my favorite players that's on the Astros, Jeremy Pena. Great 2-way player, Gold Glover, can play great defense, as well as hit the ball and even hit for home run power. Great player. Pitch is low and at the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. 270 average, 15 homers, and 70 ribbies. I do like Kyle Tucker a lot as well. Jordan would be my third. Bregman and Altuve, they can stay there, but the other 3, yeah, I like them. 1-0 pitch. Little ground ball. Throw to first. There we go. End of the second inning, and we are knotted up at 1. Let's go to the top of the third and see if we can take the lead. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. And we need that bat to open up, and hopefully, at some point in the game, we'll see this. Trident's up. Batting second for the Mariners, big dumper, 1 for 1. Let's make it 2 for 2, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, big dumper. Let's go, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, 0 for 0 with the base on ball, Randy Rosarina. Let's go, Mariners. All right, we're getting close now. We're only 4 likes away from 20. So if you are in the room and haven't smashed the like button yet, please do. Now we got a couple more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we're at 17. We need 3 more to get to 20, and then it's kind of smooth sailing from there. So I appreciate that. 3 more to go, and we got at least 14 people in the room that haven't done it yet, so we still have some room there. Appreciate you guys. And obviously we'll be shooting for 100 in the donos on every single stream. But it felt good to be able to get Paisley, her nails trimmed and dremeled, and a self-wash by me with like 3-4 different shampoos. So she's feeling clean. She's feeling nice. Her fur is nice and soft. She smells great. Nails are trimmed up and dremeled. So I ended up going to Petco and getting her a super long rope for like $15-20 that hopefully will stay intact for a while. So it's always good when you can, pamper your pup. Especially when it's something that needed to be done maybe a few days back. So she's in a good mood. I'm in a good mood, and we got a good game here. Top of the third, 1-1 Mariners and Astros. And if you're just tuning in, Alex Bregman homered to center in the bottom of the first inning, 424 feet to center, 1-0 Houston. And then right back in the top of the second, Polo homered to left, 377 feet. And that's where we're at right now with a 1-1 tie. Next up in the box is our guy, Julio Rodriguez. 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. Little dribbler. There we go. right past the shortstop and the second baseman. And this version of Julio Rodriguez, we fucking love, because at the beginning of the year, he was swinging for a home run, like a moonshot, and he was off balance in his swing. He was almost falling down every single at-bat. I don't know, it was the most annoying thing in the world. So to be able to see a guy understand that, hey, we don't need you to hit a home run at every at-bat or try to, just play within yourself. Take what they give you, and if that means getting a single, that's better than you going 0 for 5 with fucking 5 strikeouts. So this is a great move with Edgar Martinez working with him, and things have changed dramatically ever since we fired Scott Service, ended up getting Dan Wilson, and Edgar Martinez has been a gem for Julio Rodriguez, as well as a few others on the team as well. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Cal smashes that one foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. 217 average, 31 homers, and 96 ribbies. He's one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. He's the best power hitting catcher in baseball. And he's only 2 home runs away from tying Mike Piazza with 92 in his first 3 seasons for most home runs out of any catcher all time in his first 3 years. And Cal goes another bloop single there into left field, but we'll take it. There we go. 2 for 2 out of Cal. I like that, baby. Let's go. Hard hit baseball. 110 exit velo down that third base line. Fucking yay. Let's go. Next up, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. See, this would be a great spot if Victor Robles was up, because then he could bunt and we would be able to move guys over. But Randy isn't really known for bunting, but we'll see where it goes. Cap Norio in the building. What's good, brother? Bregman homered. Polo homered. And here we are. Salvador in the building. What's good? 1-0 pitch. Randy, let's go, 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 go. That's going to bring one in. Yeah, Julio scores. Let's go. Let's go, Randy. Hell yeah. Stand-up double for Randy Arozarena. 2-1 Mariners. Nobody out. Let's go. We're winning this, baby. Let's go. We need to go 6-0. We won yesterday 6-1. We're trying to win here. And even if we end up going 3-0 against the Astros and sweep them, 3-0 against the Athletics and we sweep them, there's still a chance that we don't make the playoffs. We understand that. But again, we've been hot as of late. And you never know what could happen. We still need the Twins and the Royals and the Tigers to lose. But obviously when you got Skubal on the mound, the Tigers are hot. So I don't know if we're going to be able to take their spot. It'll probably end up being, between the Twins and the Royals, depending on how they do. But a good start here for the Seattle Mariners. Nice job, Randy Arozarena. That's why we brought you over. Next up, first baseman today, the oldest player that is a positional player in MLB at 39, JT, Justin Turner. And he can still hit. Throw to first. 1 away. Too bad we weren't able to get a sacrifice there. We need him to hit a little bit harder. Let's go, JT. Next up, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Let's go. I actually think the Panthers can beat the Bengals. Not trying to hate on DX's team, but I told him, man, he was trying to convince me that everything was going to be fine, with no Tyler Boyd and no Joe Mixon, and obviously T. Higgins hurt, and Jamar Chase wanting more money, and Burrow not really looking that good, and the defense not being very good, and lo and behold, we're 3 weeks in, and they're 0-3, and if Andy Dalton can throw for 3 touchdown passes and 200 to 300 yards like he did last week against the Raiders, I wouldn't be shocked if the Panthers win. Now, do I think the Panthers are a good team? Hell no, they're bad as well, but maybe the Bengals are worse. So we'll have to kind of wait and see on how that plays out. But I definitely think if Dalton plays like Sam Darnold is playing, on the Vikings, both of those guys are kind of written off. And if they play well and they can throw for a couple tutties, 2 or 3 in a game, yeah, they absolutely can beat teams that are better than them. It wasn't a Panther problem. It was a Bryce Young problem. So, vamos Mariners, let's go. 2-1 pitch. Pitch all in the corner for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Polanco. Come on, Polo. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. Come on, Polo. RBI, baby. Chopper, foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bring that electricity. And again, normally when we get a home run on us, we don't respond right away, especially in the Scott Service era. It might have been 6 innings later that maybe we get a couple hits and we, get a run. But at that point, maybe we're down by 5 or 6. But to get a home run and get punched in the mouth and punch back right away was excellent. And that's kind of the Mariners' MO as of late. Polo? Yeah, baby! Let's go! RBI by Polo. You ask and you shall receive. Bang! 3-1 Mariners. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. And what's really crazy? Polo's the first Mariner player to be booed for like a month in like 15 years. Maybe 20 since like A-Rod. So for a guy that has a love-hate relationship with the Mariner fan base, he's definitely gotten so much better as the season went on. We can't really say that about Mitch Garver, but at least Polo has done his part. Now, his defense is still pretty shitty. There's always going to be moments where he's out of position and his glove work and his footwork is kind of off. But as far as offensively is concerned, he's stepped up quite a bit in the last month and a half. Now, talking about stepping up, we would love this, Mitch Garver. And we don't expect him to do anything really big. 169 average, 13 homers, 49 ribbies. By far the worst Seattle Mariner on the roster. We should have kept Tom Murphy as backup catcher, and we would have saved $11 million. But again, everyone makes mistakes, not only in fantasy, but in real life. 2-0 pitch. Garv. Pena, throw to second, double play. And there it is. That's why you don't have Mitch Garver play. We would have been better off having Luke Raley DH, even as he being, even if he batted left against Framber, he's got a better chance to get on base than fucking Mitch Garver does. But every once in a blue moon, Mitch Garver will hit a solo blast or an unexpected 3-run blast. I don't expect it to happen today, but at least we did some damage. 3-1 Mariners. Let's go. Let's see who's up next here for the Astros. Let's see how they respond. Next up for the Astros, the former Brave and Dodger left fielder Jason Heyward, 0-0. Batting in the 9-hole, center fielder Mauricio Dubon. And back at the top of the order, 0-1, second baseman, everyone's favorite, Jose Altuve. Let's go Mariners. And we'll go over the stat line here over both pitchers here real quick. All right, so Framber Valdez, 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, only 1 K, which is crazy for a guy that's 14-7 with an ERA of 2.85. The guy's ridiculous, but we're finding a way to even beat up on excellent pitching. And then for Logan Gilbert, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 Ks. So, again, he might not have the same type of record. Obviously we know with Logan Gilbert, he is the pitcher that does not get any run support. He's number 1 in MLB. He's got an 8-11 record, 3.24 ERA. But if he would have gotten run support, he probably would have been able to flip that record around 11-8, or maybe even better. Maybe 12-7, something like that. But again, most of the year we couldn't hit. We were up to the All-Star break, the number 1 strikeout team, but we're not anymore. We had the lowest batting average up until just a little while ago, 30 out of 30, batting around 200 to 220. And we've been doing that pretty much for 3 years in a row. We batted 220 as a team in 2022, 220 as a team in 2023. And even this year, it got worse. It went all the way down to like 200 at one point as a team. But we're slowly getting that up a little higher. And we've even peaked, I think, at like 230, 235, which isn't good. But some teams are batting like 250, 260. You're not going to get a team batting 300. It's just too hard right now, obviously being in this pitcher's type of game that we're in now in 2024. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Mariners. 1-1 pitch from Gilbert to Heyward. Slow dribbler to first, foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's go, baby. Stetson finest. You never know where you're going to find gems. Let's get it. Wow. Royals' second 7-game losing streak in a month. That's a magic to my ears as a Mariner fan. I mean, I love Bobby Witt Jr. I saw him as a rookie when I saw Julio as a rookie, and I already knew that he had a potential to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Great player. Can play third base, second base, or shortstop. And they ended up moving him from third, obviously, to short, later in his career. 2-2 pitch. But I like the versatility out of Bobby Witt Jr. I mean, you can really put him almost anywhere. And he had a great hitting year as well. It's just that, him and Francisco Lindor definitely balled out. Bobby Witt Jr. and Francisco. But, when you're going against Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, you're not going to win that battle. And then typically, if there's a third player that's in the running, it's typically Yordan Alvarez. But right now, he's hurt. 2-2 pitch to Heyward. 98 miles an hour. Let's go. Way to bring that electricity, baby. Nice job, Logan. Next up for the Astros, center fielder Mauricio Dubon. Chopper, right there. JP, throw to first. Bang, 2 away. Good defense by JP Crawford, baby. I love that. You're not going to get too many baseballs past JP Crawford in the infield. Nice job, JP. Next up, America's favorite player, second baseman Jose Altuve. Twins losing. We need the Royals and Twins to lose since the Tigers won today. But, I mean, Scooball is ridiculous. I mean, anytime he's on the mound with, Chris Sale, I mean, good night, And, again, I love our pitching staff. But, between Scooball, Sale, and Skeens, I don't know why everyone's last name is S, but goddamn, those guys are good. I haven't seen a rookie like Skeens in a long time. Again, they wanted to have early comparisons of Steven Strasburg, but he's way better than Strauss. And hopefully he doesn't have Tommy John, and he'll end up having a long, long career, regardless if he ends up being with Libby Dunn forever or not. But Skeens is amazing. But Scooball and Sale, as far as lefties are concerned, man, they're good. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Mariners. Nobody on with 2 outs, 2-0 pitch to Altuve. Bounces off Cal's mitt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Reflect in the building. What's good? Let's go, M's. Great start. And I don't know what it is about the thumbnail, like I was saying, but it seems like every time I end up putting a guy on a thumbnail, they do something good. And Bregman homered right away, but then Polo homered right back, and then we started to go on a little bit of a run. And again, we need to do our best to be able to win these last 5 games. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And tomorrow the Mariners and the Astros play the earliest game. It's on at 11 in the morning Pacific. I will be streaming that. And then obviously Thursday, I will have the day off. Normally that would be Cowboys Giants. And then I'll be back on it on Friday for the Mariners and the Athletics. Saturday as well, and Sunday. And then obviously we got Ducks and UCLA on Saturday afternoon/evening as well. Let's go. Three-two pitch to Altuve. Got him. Right to third base. Demo, throw to first. Got him, baby. There we go. End of the third inning. 3-1 Mariners. So just a quick breakdown for anyone that's hopping in that just came into the stream. In the bottom of the first, Alex Bregman homered to center, obviously due to the thumbnail. 424 feet, 1-0, H-time. Then Polo responds in the next inning, which never happens. Homer to the left, 377 feet, 1-1. Mariners and Astros are tied. Then in the top of the third, Randy Arozarena doubled to right. Julio scored. Raleigh to third, 2-1 Mariners. And then also later in that inning, Polo singled to left. Raleigh scored. Arozarena to third. And that's where we're at right now, 3-1 Mariners. We need 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits to win. And we're already at 3 runs, 6 hits. The Astros are at 1 run and 1 hit. I like the way that this game is going, baby. Let's go. And they got Framber Valdez on the mound. It's not like they got some garbage pitcher. You know, they got one of the best pitchers in baseball. So it shows you we're really starting to come into our own, and hopefully we can find a way to win these last 6 games. We won yesterday 6-1, and we're on our way right here. Reflect with a 3-er. Thank you so much. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. We're at 3:97 to go to hit the goal. And I was lucky enough to take Paisley to the groomer today. Got her nails trimmed and obviously dremeled, washed her. And then I know the owners at this particular facility, and the owner left me a big framed, they have like Seahawks and as well as Mariners. But obviously, since I'm, not a Seahawk fan, I said, yeah, if you got a big like drone shot of like, T-Mobile, based on kind of like the opening and whatnot, and it's all framed up and big, yeah, I'll take that. But I didn't have any room in the car today. But he left it in his office for me. So hopefully the next time around that I'm able to pick that up, and then I'll be able to hang that up in the studio. So wasn't able to see him today, but shout out to him. Appreciate you. Megan in the building. What's good? Let me know what you want to do for photos, if any, and I got you. We're at 3:97 to go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. We got 51 in the building, but the likes are not reflecting how many people we have in the room. And again, I don't expect every single person to like the stream, but again, when you got this many people in the room, we want to make sure we're at least at the bare minimum. Now we're at 25, so we got half of the people that have smashed the like button, so thank you for the half that did, and hopefully the other half will follow suit. We're at 25, and again, 5 more to 30, 15 more to 40, 25 to 50. Let's go. JP Crawford down on strikes, 1 away. And that's the reason why you're batting in the 7 or 8 hole, because you're not as reliable as who? Victor Robles. Wow. He's only given up 3 runs in 1 start in like a couple months. Wow. And we already got 3 on him already. That shows you how hot the Mariners are. Top of the 4th, 3-1, 1-0 pitch to Dylan Moore. And this lineup isn't really good. Let's be honest. Victor, that's nice. Julio, that's good. Cal, that's good. Randy, that's good. But starting from here, you don't know what you're going to get. Typically, it's kind of so-so. You're not going to get anything here. And this is like half of the time, kind of like Justin Turner and Polo. You just hope that they do something, but Dylan Moore popped up. Dubon covering ground. 2 away. $5 holla. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang, $5 holla. Appreciate you. Well, it's not only the Andy Dalton era, obviously it's the Sam Darnold era as well, And again, I did a reaction video to the Vikings, and all the Viking fans are hilarious. They acted like they knew they were going to be 3-0 and Sam Darnold was going to be this good. Stop it. No one knew, even the Viking fans, after J.J. McCarthy went down, regardless if he was still going to start over J.J. in the first month. Like, stop acting like you guys already knew that you were going to be 3-0. Most people slated you in last place. But again, when Jordan Love gets hurt and you have injuries, we already knew that they might be able to beat the Bears, but that was about it. But injuries can change a lot. But again, that's why we love the NFL. You never know what you're going to get on any given week. But again, I'm happy for the Viking fans. Skol! But no one knew that was happening. Yeah, and to say that they knew it was going to happen is a bunch of bullshit, But again, we can let them have their flowers starting off 3-0. And imagine if they went 0-3, obviously they would be talking about how shitty Sam Darnold is, right? They wouldn't be backing him. They would be throwing him to the wolves, so. But it's kind of cool to see guys, that are pretty much, like just slept on, given up on, and they get another chance to be able to go into another team and do something. Top foul by Victor Robles, 2 balls and 2 strikes, but good for Darnold, Good for both of those quarterbacks. And Andy Dalton. It wasn't a Panther problem, it was a fucking Bryce Young problem. 2-2 pitch from Valdez to Robles. And Robles did go for a bunt early on, and hopefully he'll end up doing it again. But now it's 2 outs again. We need to get him to drop that bunt down with no outs or 1 out, not 2. But he's good enough to drop it towards third base and to be able to be safe, especially against a lefty here. If you do a bunt towards first, it plays into the favor of the left-hander. But if you do it towards third, it makes it more difficult. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Robles. But we still got a 3-1 lead. Congrats. Awesome. And again, if you guys end up having to sacrifice me to the Wolves as other people in the, division end up, going up, again, I've never experienced these type of woes and injuries as well as my record ever. But again, there was going to be a time this was going to happen to me. I knew it was going to happen someday, but I just didn't think it was going to happen this year. And hopefully I'll be able to rebound and recover. And hopefully I'll be able to, get a little bit better as the season goes on. But, the 49ers did everybody dirty, acting like Christian McCaffrey was healthy. Because again, if I would have known that he even was going to miss 2 weeks, I wouldn't have picked him. I would have took Breece Hall or Justin Jefferson. So I feel that they lied to everybody, acting like it wasn't a big deal and he was ready to go. And now it's sounding like Run CMC might not be back until maybe halfway through the season. That's not good. Who the hell picks someone number 1 in fantasy that can't even use them halfway through the season? And again, when you do the fantasy playoffs, we're not even doing a full 2 weeks and 2 weeks. So if he comes back, like let's say week 8, we're only doing a 14-week regular season, and then week 15, 16 is the playoffs and the championship. So hopefully I get Cooper Kupp here sooner than later, but probably won't ever pick Christian McCaffrey ever again, and I probably won't pick Cooper Kupp ever again either. So go M's. Stat lines for the pitcher, Framber Valdez: 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 balls, 2 base on balls, 3 Ks. Gilbert's got 4, so he's not really doing a whole lot. We're hitting the hell out of him early, which is good, unless you're an Astro fan. Yeah, well, obviously I can pick up some of your scraps and whatnot, but again, no one else is feeling that type of impact of 2 top 3 players, potentially top 3 receiver, top 3 running back, and missing out on 50 points. I mean, I'd really like to see someone else missing out on 50 points a week, potentially, and still being able to survive. And again, I worked the wire. I had a good draft, but it's not good enough, I really wish that I would have done things a little bit differently, but, injuries, I wasn't ever suspecting that would happen, and if it would happen just to one of the 2, I would still be okay. But to have both of them out, like CMC out, all right, I'm pissed off, but at least I have Cooper Kupp still. But to have both of them out, number 1 receiver, number 1 running back, I mean, you can't survive, especially when you're going against teams that have their number 1 receiver and their number 1 running back. Like, how am I supposed to match up when guys got like Justin Jefferson and, Breece Hall? I fucking can't, There's no way to go around that. You can have other guys that might get lucky, here and there, and they might be able to put up a 20-point performance here and there, but not regularly, 2-2 pitch. Tucker, back. See ya! 3-2 Mariners. Uh-oh. Another one of my favorite players on the Astros strikes again. Bottom of the 4th with nobody on and nobody out. Kyle Tucker, exit velo 98.7, and we have a 3-2 game. Yeah, at least it was a solo shot for both, Bregman and normally we get roughed up with like a 3-run jack and then the game's over. So to have 2 solo shots is actually quite ideal. It's the best case scenario when you fuck up, right? And I think the only other person that's been devastated as bad as me is obviously Chief will Chief. You know, when you end up losing Jordan Love, but he's got Jaden Daniels, so he's okay there. But he ended up losing his first 2 picks with Puka and A.J. Brown, but they're not long-term. You know, Puka will be back, and A.J. Brown will be back, shortly. So it's not like he lost him for the season or longer, you know. It's like you'll get A.J. Brown back very soon, maybe even, this week or next week, but you're going to probably have to wait a little bit longer for Puka, but it's not, the end of the year or out for the year completely, so. Next up is Yanier Diaz. Bottom of the 4th, 3-2 Mariners. Nobody on, 1 out. Catcher Yanier Diaz in the cleanup role. No Yordan Alvarez for this series. Got to take advantage. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. Logan Gilbert, first pitch outside at the knees. 1-0 count, 1 ball and no strikes. We're at 8:92 to go. I don't know. I've never been hit like that before. Again, I've never lost in week 2. I've never lost back-to-back games within the first 2 weeks. I've never been 1-2, so it's a weird thing, I'm scrambling and I literally have to blow up my whole team now. Like, I can't hoard running backs because I have so many other weak positions. My quarterbacks are fucked. My wide receivers are fucked. My tight end is fucked. Like, it's like at least Sam Laporta could have, got some goddamn points. So that way I'm not scrambling everywhere. And then obviously now with Baker and AR, they're trash. So it's like, what do I do? I'm scrambling like a motherfucker just to try to stay afloat. But, it's a damn shame. I was really liking to try to be like you, Reflect, and hoard those running backs. But, if I keep hoarding running backs and ignore the other positions, then I'm going to lose every game the rest of the year. So that's not going to do me any good. So 0-1 pitch. But there'll be plenty of people that can pick up my scraps and get points. Obviously I don't, roster any shitty players. So, people will scoop those players up and put them on their bench or in their starting lineup. And hopefully they'll be able to, get a few more wins out of that. It's like every single position, I've never had this happen before. It's just fucking shameful, but I guess every elite fantasy player has this happen to them one time or another. Have you ever had that happen to you? Have you ever started off 1-2 and had season-ending injuries that impactful like I have? Like, I've never seen, I've never, like I said, and that's why I don't like picking 1, 2, or 3. I want to pick 4th or 5th, so that way that, if there's guys at the top of the board, like a McCaffrey that might be injury prone and it may work, it may not. I don't have to go through it, 1-2 pitch. One ball and 2 strikes to John Singleton. But it's like for the first time in my life, like fantasy isn't fun for me. You know what I mean? Like it's always something that I'm on the app 2 to 4 hours a day. Things are good. I'm making good moves. I haven't finished any lower than 3rd in any league I've ever been in. And then all of a sudden this year I get hit with the injuries more than pretty much anybody except for Chief. And I think my guys are more impactful than his. And now I'm fucking staring at a 1-2 record and not really having fun, looking at the schedule, knowing that I might lose every game moving forward. Like if I can't get shit in order. There we go. Nice punch out by Logan Gilbert. Obviously fantasy is cool when you're winning, but when you're not and your guys are injured and you're wasting roster spots for guys that are hurt and you can't use those spots to get better, that's what's also hurting me. It's like I got to fucking sit there and I got to wait for CMC and fucking Nick Chubb and Cooper Kupp to get fucking healthy so I can actually hopefully use those guys and hopefully they end up being good, not getting injured again, Otherwise, me holding on to them is a waste. But you have to do it based on, what right? End of the 4th inning, 3-2 Mariners. Well, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, even you or anyone else. So hopefully it doesn't happen to anybody else in the league. But the year is still young. I mean, we're only going into week 4. Let's go to the top of the 5th. Let's see who's up next for the Mariners. But it's crazy, man. I never thought that I would like not enjoy fantasy, but here we are, But once I get back on the win column, then maybe I'll start liking it again. But, I got Shep this week. I got Megan next week. I mean, this is not looking good for me. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a run, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 2 for 2 with a run, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, 1 for 1 with an RBI and a base on ball, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Let's go Mariners. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health, addiction, depression, anxiety. These are things that not only I've had, but I know some of y'all have it right now or going through it from maybe in the past. So if you are slipping into the darkness, make some minor adjustments to your daily routine. If you're not exercising, exercise. If you're not eating healthy, eat healthier. Listen to 30 minutes of music. Get rid of those toxic people in your life. Spend time with friends, family, and pets. And if you do these basic things, you'll come out the other side and you'll be able to win the day. Let's go, baby. Top of the fifth, 3-2 Mariners. Good start for us here. Chopper by Julio. And I love seeing Julio, actually swing appropriately. He's not trying to do a moonshot. He's not off balance. And it seems like every swing for like the first, 120 games or more was terrible. It's like he was almost going to fall down. It's like, get it, if you connect, it might be a home run, but you were striking out and you were hurting the team. And again, if Julio was better earlier in the year, we're probably not in this discussion of having to win the last 6 games. And even if we do, we still might not make the wild card, But he did get his batting average up to more of a respectable number. Instead of being at 200, it's at 276. And he's at 19 homers when he was at 6 home runs for the longest time. And now he's been able to start to get a little hot as of late. Dribbler, Pena, and when you go to Pena, it's game over. Lights out. If it goes to Pena, you might as well stop running, even though we want him to run hard at first because he's not going to give up a whole lot right there. 1 away. Is this your roster? These are the players that you have? You have CMC, Cup, Pacheco, Mixon, and Eckler? Damn, that's tough. And all of those guys you drafted? Cal Raleigh? Wow, what a catch. Jason Heyward hits the wall. Is he injured? Wow, how the hell did he catch that? What a catch by Jason Heyward. But the Eckler injury isn't like IR, or like, what I'm saying? Like, he might be out for like a game, you know what I mean? But like, obviously Pacheco and Cup and CMC. Mixon will be back. Eckler will be back, But the CMC and the Cup, that's fucking brutal. It's like, because let's be honest, if Cup is playing, he's got a chance to get 20 to 30 points every week. CMC was averaging 25 a game and can get all the way up to 40 to 50 when he's balling, So it's like, 40 to 50 points. And then at maximum level, you might be able to get 80 or 90 out of 2 guys. There's not very many players in the league that could put up those kind of numbers, with between CMC and Cup. And yeah, that's tough. But at least it's not like the same situation for all of those players. I mean, imagine if it was CMC, Cup, Pacheco, Mixon, Eckler, and they're all, on the IR list. Then there's probably no recovery for you. Even if you try to grab guys on the wire, there's not enough talent to make up for that. So terrible luck, man. And sometimes that's how it goes, right? Sometimes we draft well, and sometimes we just draft the number one, fantasy team that's injured. And it just sucks, and sometimes it's based off number. Like the number you draft, a lot of guys draft the same players in the same position. If you notice that, people who draft first typically draft similar. People that draft second, and it all depends on who you pick, but there's normally another fantasy team out there that has similar players to you if you drafted in the same spot. So, but again, the Madden curse is real, and I imagine Mr. Meyer there will probably never pick CMC or Cooper Kupp ever again. I don't know if I will. Maybe Kupp, but I probably won't take McCaffrey ever again. But again, the Niners lied. If they would have just been honest and said, you know what, there's a good chance that he might not play in the first month, then no one would have took him in fantasy. They would have waited until maybe the third round, and then maybe they would scoop him on the bench and put him there as like a flyer. But for a guy that might miss 4 to 8 weeks, why the hell did you not report that? And now they're paying the price for it. Throw to first, and that is the end of the top of the fifth inning. They should have been honest and said, you know what, he's injured. He's probably not going to play in the first couple weeks. It could be as bad as a month and maybe even longer. We're just going to be honest, and then that way, everything would have been normal for fantasy, and everyone that had the number one pick would have went Breece Hall, probably not Bijan, but it would have went Breece, maybe Justin Jefferson for receivers, or Nico Collins or Amon-Ra. It would have went receiver, but maybe Breece Hall would have been the undisputed, number one pick overall. And then CMC would have been later. And I would have been cool with that. See, if Breece Hall was on my roster right now, I'm cool. Cooper Kupp gets hurt, fuck it. I'm cool. I got 20 to 25 points out of my running back. But, when you end up missing out on that, it's brutal. All right, let's go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Let's see what we got going here. Top of the sixth. One sec here. We wait for everything to get situated. Going to the bottom of the fifth. Well, who else is on your roster? Since you've already typed out a third of your roster right there. Obviously, we got 16 pieces, but who else do you have? You don't got Sam Laporta like me, do you? I'll say it'd be hilarious if you got the same players as I do, because I don't have Pacheco, I don't got Mixon, and I don't got Eckler, but I do have, I do have Laporta, and he fucking stinks. If I would have known that they weren't going to throw him the ball, I would have taken Brock Bowers as the number one tight end off the board. But again, sometimes when a guy does good one year, you assume that they're going to do good again. But apparently, the Detroit Lions have other plans. Next up for the Astros, Victor Caratini. Chopper towards first, foul. Yeah, Pacheco, that was just kind of unexpected. But, some players are more injury prone than others too, right? So, but I definitely won't be taking Christian McCaffrey ever again. There will no be, and even if he ends up being, healthy, and like last year, whoever drafted him was probably excited. He was like the number one scoring player, 25 points average, every game or more. I wish I would have gotten that version of McCaffrey, and then I wouldn't be bitching, but. But I'm definitely in a position where I might not make the playoffs for the very first time in my life, and I don't know how to deal. I'm having a fucking breakdown, especially for someone that works so hard every year on the team. I read the most, I watch the most film, I'm on the app the most, I'm on the wire the most. But again, when the wire is thin, there's not really a whole lot you can do. It's not like there's amazing players just waiting for me to pluck them like Amon-Ra on the wire, to help me out for Cooper Kupp. It's just not there. 2-2 pitch from Gilbert to Caratini. Hard hit. And that is a single for Caratini. $3 holla. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. And I think also, too, what really makes me irritated is it not only losing those two big pieces, is that I have problems at quarterback and tight end, and wide receiver. So it's like my whole, like 3/4 of the team is fucked. What am I supposed to do? It's like I got all these good players, but they're not producing. It's like some of them can't even get to goddamn 10. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's the bare minimum. Little bunt. All right, tag applied. One away. Murray and Odunze for Gibbs. You have Hurts and Minshew. I mean, Odunze doesn't really have any value, but Kyler for Gibbs straight up. I mean, if you think, but if Hurts has a bad matchup, you would probably be good to have, Hurts and Murray. That's what Reflect has right above you. He's got both of those quarterbacks because there's going to be some games where Hurts is only going to get you 8 to 10 points. But if you're struggling at running back, I guess that could be good for you. And Kittle, even though he's, in and out of the lineup, he's still putting up 10 to 20 points. And he's actually been one of the stronger tight ends, with like Brock Bowers. Trey McBride had an off game, but, McBride, Bowers, Kittle, those might be the best 3 tight ends right now, But Kelsey, garbage. Laporta, garbage. Pitts, garbage. Everyone else, garbage. And then, it's like every once in a while, you'll maybe get like a Cole Kmet with a 25-point game. But then if you pick him up and then start him, he's going to get 2. That's just how it goes in fantasy, right? You expect, the guy did awesome. Cole Kmet, like with Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. And then you grab him and put him in your lineup for Laporta. And what happens? Cole Kmet gets 2. And then that's the game that Laporta finally gets like 20, Fantasy is a bastard. It's like they always know when to hurt you. Uh-oh. Jason Heyward. Back. See ya. Unbelievable. Motherfuck. 4-3 Astros. Unbelievable. He ends up rolling around on the ground with the injury with his hand going into the wall, where they have those pieces that come out of the wall. And then what does he do? Comes up and ends up hitting a home run, a 2-run blast in the next inning? What world are we living in? Fuck. You got to be shitting me. Heyward, home run in 4 straight games versus the Mariners, and then why didn't we walk him? These are the stats that we needed to know. Right down the fucking middle, too. Christ. Nice job by Jason Heyward. Dropped by the Braves, dropped by the Dodgers. The Astros were like, we'll use you. Next up, Mauricio Dubon. Into left field to Randy Arozarena. 2 away. But we did know it was probably going to take 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits to win, but terrible. And again, Logan Gilbert and George Kirby, they're not as good as Wu and Bryce Miller in this latter part of the season, even though we did see Wu get kind of fucked up in these last couple starts. But I think I have a little bit more confidence in Wu and Miller than I do in Gilbert and Kirby, even though Gilbert and Kirby are the more popular name. Rough. Yeah, screws us and Gilbert gives up. Thanks, Gilbert. Walter. And there's out number 3, but the damage is done. But if you look at like Kirby and Gilbert's delivery compared to Wu and Miller, Wu and Miller are pitching with swag and aura and confidence. Gilbert and Kirby are pitching out of desperation. Like every pitch, it feels like the last pitch of their career. Like everything's on the line and they're stressed out to the max. And that's what happens when you end up being the pitcher that is essentially the best pitcher in Major League Baseball that doesn't get run support, and that's Logan Gilbert. And I feel that it's been wearing on him all year, and unfortunately, he's been fucked up today. 4-3 Astros. Nice job, Houston. Brutal. Fucking A, man. All right, let's see what we got here with the Mariners, and hopefully we can punch back. That's what happened early on, right? Alex Bregman hit a homer. Polo hit him back with an uppercut, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Next up here in the top of the 6, 0 for 2, Justin Turner. Could be Luke Raley. Big mistake, Dan Wilson. Batting second, 2 for 2 with a run and 2 RBIs with a solo blast, Jorge Polanco. And batting third, 0 for 2, waste of space. There's no reason for him to be playing, Mitch Garver. But hopefully now he'll hear that, and now he'll end up hitting a home run or something. But, probably the most, useless piece on the Seattle Mariners. But it is one of those weird things, where he will hit a solo jack or a 3-run homer every, like 10 to 15 games. But I just don't know if he's going to hit it here. It would be great if he does, but yeah, throw the junk into the dirt, man. Exactly. Brutal. Framber Valdez, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Logan Gilbert, 5 innings pitched, 4 runs, 0 walks, 5 Ks. But again, when you watch Logan and Kirby, they don't really bait the pitchers like Wu and Miller. Wu and Miller will bait the pitchers on swinging at garbage, and they're really good at it. But Gilbert and Kirby, they try to just be able to throw it down the middle and try to get it past the batters. And sometimes it works, but other times, like that last inning, it fucking doesn't. And we got blasted for that home run. Framber Valdez, pitch on the corner, 1-0 count to Justin Turner. I would assume that Gilbert will be back. We'll find out. Pitch in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Justin Turner. But he just did give up a big 2-run blast, so I don't know if we really want him in the bottom of the 6th. But again, we have to look at our bullpen, which isn't very good either. So it's like, we got Troy Taylor, but he's been giving up home runs as of late, but we normally trust him. Colin, Snyder, same thing. We usually trust him, but he's been kind of giving up home runs. And then we're not going to bring in Andres Munoz unless we're ahead. I don't know if we would bring him in if we're losing or if we're tied. But as of right now, Gilbert did pitch 5 innings, and so did Valdez, and he's now here in the 6th. Pitch is high and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Justin Turner. DX in the building. What's good? Come on, Turner. You got to get it past the infield. Your first couple swings have been weak. We need to get you a hit into the outfield. Come on, baby. We've gained 3 more subs here tonight. I appreciate that. 22 subs away from 20,600. Thank you guys for all the people that have smashed the like button or that have subbed to the channel. Appreciate you. See where we're at on the likes. We got 43 in the room. We're at 32. 8 more to get to 40. And that's a nice little dribbler by Justin Turner. You ask for him to hit one into the outfield. Boom. Sports gods listen. There you go. Now we're at 33. 7 more to go to hit 40. Let's go, baby. And anything above 40 is just gravy. Come on, JT, keep it moving. Nice job, Turner. Thank you, sports gods. Next up is second baseman Jorge Polanco. Polo with a bunt. Yes, go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Safe. No. He said he was out. Replay. Give me a replay. I think he might have been safe. And again, that bunt is the perfect location. You got to drop it down, either towards third. If you go towards first, that will go to his strong hand, being a lefty. But if you go towards third, it's going to be a lot harder to be able to navigate. And obviously, good strategy there by the Mariners, by Robles and Polo bunting today. Safe. Safe, baby. He's safe. What do you mean you can't see anything, Angie Mentink? Get your contacts changed. Safe. Come on, Angie. Safe. Are you kidding me? Glasses? It's by a full second. Come on. Way safe. Come on, Angie. I'll pay for your contacts. There we go. That's exactly what we needed. Runners at first and second with nobody out. And I would hope that we drop more and more bunts. And this is something I've been saying all year. We're a very good team at bunting. We just have to be able to find the right spot based on the pitcher. If it's a left-handed pitcher, you do it towards third base. If it's a right-handed pitcher, you do it towards first base. But again, not every player is a good bunter. Victor Robles is our best, but Polo, nice job. Next up is Cal Raleigh. This would be a great time to be able to get a 3-run blast right here to take advantage. But again, it is Mitch Garver. Lots of mods, but not enough of you. Goodbye. 0-1 pitch. That was really fast, huh? Let's called support. Top of the 6th, 4-3 Astros. Runners at first and second with no outs. 1-1 pitch to Mitch Garver. I mean, what would you want? You would want me to have no odds? Come on, my guy. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mitch Garver. Come on, Mitch. Do something exciting. 9 RBIs in the last 6 games played. I think the best case scenario for Mitch Garver would be a walk. I know that kind of sounds silly, but hit by pitch or walk would be great. I don't even want to have it, come up to his bat unless he ends up doing something like this where we can celebrate. Come on, Garv. 3-2 pitch. One more ball. We got bases loaded, baby. Come on. Don't swing. Come on, Garv. Only 3 Ks for Valdez, 5 for Logan Gilbert. Payoff pitch. Fuck. Slow dribbler. Throw to first. 1 away. But at least he moved the runners over, so it'd be like the same type of thing if he bunted correctly. And so at least that's the bright side. Good job. Nice job, Mitch. We haven't said that much this year. Good job, Mitch. Starter ERA since the All-Star break. Number 2 in baseball. Framber Valdez, 1.74. Number 1, Blake Snell, 1.45. Sale, 1.86 is third. Bryce Miller, 4th, and 1.89. Wow. Next up is J.P. Crawford, who hasn't been very good this year, but hopefully we can get something out of J.P. here. Yeah, the walk would have been better, with the bases loaded, but pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And we just got to hope that, Framber Valdez loses his control right here, and we can get something big and take the lead, and then they'll pull him. Come on, JP, be a hero. Not a 0. 1-1 pitch from Valdez, 88 pitches in. Pitch right down the middle for a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, seriously, we need the makeup call. Hopefully we get it. I don't think we're going to get it on JP, though. Maybe we'll get it on Dylan Moore or Victor Robles at bat, but I don't know if we're going to get it here. 1-2 pitch. Come on, JP. Crawdaddy, let's go. Fuck. Man. His decline needs to be studied. But he was injured this year, but he wasn't good prior to the injury, and he's even worse after. That's tough. Not only did you lose your leadoff spot, but hell, you might not even be on the team coming forward, Him and Polo might get replaced by Cole Young and Colt Emerson, Next up is third baseman Dylan Moore. And I wonder if we're going to get Rojas or Luke Raley. And Luke Raley is really the biggest name that we need. And Framber Valdez's day is done. Wow. All right, Framber's done. So now we might be able to start raking, I hope. But we already know the Astros typically got a pretty good bullpen, too. Abreu is coming in. 3.18 ERA going from Framber Valdez is 2.91. Final line for Framber Valdez. Let's give all the Astro fans what they want to see. So for Framber Valdez, 14-7 record. I hope one day a Mariner pitcher will have something like that. 2.85 ERA. He's a stud. 5.2 innings pitched, 8 hits, which is uncommon. 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, 90 pitches, 56 strikes, 2.91 ERA from 2.85 going into the game, and they're bringing in Abreu. So I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see. We will see. We still need a couple makeup calls from this ump, but we will see how this goes. Next up is Dylan Moore. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We got almost 70 people in the room. We just want to hit somewhere between 40 to 50 likes overall. Let's see where we're at right now. And obviously we shoot for 100 in the donos on every stream. We're at 33. So we got about half of the people in the room that have smashed the like button. So if you are watching and you are enjoying the broadcast and you can't donate and you don't feel like sharing, at least you can smash that like button, give us some support on the channel. We need 6 more likes to get to 40. Obviously 16 more to get to 50. But again, 65 in the room, only 34 likes. That's a little low. Support your boy. You're here every day anyways. Let's go. Oh, we got Luke Rayleigh coming in for Dylan Moore. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Here we go. About damn time. We should have had him probably fucking start. Let's go. Drag this one down. And we got Luke Rayleigh coming in. Come on, Luke. Fuck. Unbelievable. And we leave 2 stranded. Terrible. Should have worked that count a little bit more. But again, sometimes you can get, that big hit off that first pitch strike. But again, if you don't, then it ends up being an easy pop-up or ground out, and it kind of takes all that Uncle Mo and that momentum that you felt like something big could happen. Not necessarily a 3-run blast by Rayleigh, but maybe a base knock to tie it up 4-4, but not today. Damn it, Luke. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Astros. Abreu is a good pitcher, too. It's not going to be easy. Next up for the Astros, 1 for 2 with a run, RBI, right fielder Kyle Tucker. Love his game. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, solo blast to get them that 1-0 lead, Alex Bregman. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, catcher Yanier Diaz. Let's go Mariners. Yeah, Valdez is out. So unfortunately, you're not winning your parlay. But a lot of times when people come in here, asking for things on the parlay, it never works. I mean, it's not like you're going to be that guy that ended up winning like $117,000 by picking the first touchdown scored with 3 players and then ended up hitting on all 3 and made a $25 bet or a $50 bet and then won $117,000. That's what I need to start reflect. We need to start doing that. Again, for as much, reading and film that we do, we need to start. I don't usually have extra money, but if it's only like a $25 or $50 bet, and then you can end up doing like 3 players first to score the touchdown for the team, and we correctly get it, and we can win over $100,000. That's life-changing money, And if you looked at the 3 players that he chose, it was like not that crazy, Like I sometimes see bets of like parlays and I'm thinking, God damn, that guy's a genius, or how the hell did he, hit that? But when you end up getting like first touchdown scored and you're going with a running back or a wide receiver that's elite and you just hope that they do it, and you're only out 25 or $50, but if you end up hitting and you can win over $100,000, fuck, that's crazy. A life-changing money for that guy. All right, we got Logan Gilbert still out there. Bottom of the 6th, 4-3 Astros. And again, to win this game was going to take 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. 1-0 pitch to Kyle Tucker. Home run by Tucker, home run by Bregman. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. And when you watch Logan Gilbert pitch, there's not a whole lot of velocity. Like, it's like low 90s, high 80s. It doesn't really, come out of his hand with a lot of intimidation. Like it takes a lot of effort for it to get there. It's like he's putting his whole body in every single pitch. And obviously he doesn't really do anything elite. He's just kind of good. Kirby is like Greg Maddux too. Like he's not going to hit you with that top end velocity. He's all about location. Wu and Miller are the guys that are going to give you that top end speed. And it was Castillo maybe 3 years ago, but not really anymore, because obviously Castillo can pitch fast, but he has no location. So I feel like when you get pitchers like this, like with Gilbert and Kirby, you better hit your location if you're not pitching top end. Otherwise, you're going to get fucking killed, and that's what's going on today. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Tucker. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, Logan. You can do it. He's like, I got to put my whole fucking body into it. I don't care if you do. Just get the punch out. 3-2 pitch. There you go. Job, Logan. Next up for the Astros with one out, third baseman Alex Bregman. 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, solo dinger early in the matchup. Pitch is low and outside. 1-0 count. Well, we got Heyward and we got Cal Raleigh, so, we should have kept Tom Murphy. If we had Tom Murphy, that would have been better than Mitch Garver. And it should tell you, never spend money on guys on other teams. Let the farm system guys come up. Spend money on pitchers in the bullpen. That would have helped us out a hell of a lot more, But Polo, at least, for being a love-hate player from the Mariner fan base and the only player to get booed since, A-Rod, he definitely has turned his season around, at least hitting-wise. Defensively, he's still a little suspect, but at least offensively, he's been much better. But Garver is just playing garbage everywhere. He's definitely the worst player on the team, besides maybe some of the bullpen guys like Sauce. So, but it is what it is. You can't have a full team of superstars. You're going to have a couple guys that, don't deserve to be on the team, and what can you do, All right, no problem. 2-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Bregman, and I will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the rubber match between the Mariners and the Astros. It'll be their second 7 straight losing win streak in a month. Can you imagine losing 7 times, twice in a month? I mean, I know it was bad for the Mariners earlier in the year, so. Bottom of the 6th, 4-3 Houston. Nobody on with 1 out. 3-2 pitch from Gilbert to Bregman. 77 pitches in for Logan. 1 for 2 for Bregman. Solo dinger at the beginning of the game. 3-2 pitch. Hard hit to third. Rojas at third now. There we go. 2 away. Next up for the Astros, 0 for 2 with a K, catcher Yanier Diaz. DX with a 5-er. Appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang. Matt's not here. I assume he's working, and he didn't give me any message on that. I told him to kind of keep me updated, but I guess that's what happens when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. Responsibility is something new, and, I guess keeping tabs and, letting me know what's going on is not a priority. But, Sarah has to go, and I don't know what we're at on that, but obviously if you scroll up, you might be able to see where we're at. And if you want to handle the duties while she leaves, looks like we're at 11, so now we're at 16. 84 to go. I don't know how long you can stay as well, DX, but communication is everything, man. It's a simple, message. I'm going to be here. I'm not going to be here. It's not only that, it's respect, but apparently it's hard to find people that can communicate with me on a regular basis. Pitch is low and outside. No balls and 2 strikes. Bucket hat there on the field. And it takes 1 second to send a message. Pitch is low and outside, all the way back to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yanier Diaz. We're at 16, 84 to go. 2-2 pitch from Gilbert to Diaz, who's 0 for 2. Nobody on with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Slow dribbler towards third and goes behind the plate. Count remains 2-2. Captain Oreo, Reflect, DX. If you want any photos, just let me know. I'll try to squeeze those in when I can. 2-2 pitch from Gilbert to Diaz. And that is a base knock into left field to Randy Arozarena. Next up for the Astros, DHing John Singleton. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Hopefully it'll be 0 for 3. We're at 36, only 4 more to go. Little mound visit there. Bottom of the 6th, 4-3 Houston. Runner at first with 2 outs. Singleton in the box. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. 235 average, 13 homers, and 41 ribbies for Singleton in 2024. Yeah, very close matchup. You know, Gilbert definitely isn't pitching like normally Woo or Kirby, Woo or Miller has as of late. I feel like Gilbert and Kirby are usually the more popular names, you know, but Woo and Bryce Miller are the better pitchers, at least towards the end of the season. You know, maybe Logan and George were better early on, but I don't have as much confidence in George or Logan at the end of the year compared to Woo and Miller. You know, right now Miller's our best pitcher, and then Woo, and then maybe Kirby, then Gilbert, and then obviously Luis Castillo's injured. So doesn't get the strike call on the corner. And what is this ump, dude? This ump is not giving us any looks. Obviously, that's right on the corner. Should be a ball, but we've had a couple 50-50s and a couple that were 60-40 that we still didn't get to go our way. We're still waiting for our makeup pitch. 2-1 pitch. Try to jam him, and that is fouled towards first base. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah. This ump is definitely calling this game pro Houston. You know, and again, you know, you're going to get missed calls, and normally the umps are bad for both. Now, you know, it's like Angel Hernandez, and there's just like 30 of them. You know, they're all out there, you know, but sometimes you do get a matchup where it's clearly, you know, favoring one team over the other. But we still got a couple more innings, and we'll see if he can make it up. Tries to jam the hitter again. Singleton down to knees. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, just let me know when you're out, and then I'll handle the duties from there. Yeah, they got absolutely fucking creamed in their first preseason game, so hopefully it'll be better than that. But I'm definitely excited to see what the Kraken do this year. The draft was good. The free agents were good. We got obviously a new coach to give us a new vibe, and hopefully we end up making the playoffs this year. I'll be doing quite a few Kraken matchups after football is over. Like once we end up getting into, you know, February, March, April. Doesn't go. 3 balls and 2 strikes. How many pitches do you think that we got called against us so far? Reflect. I mean, I think I've counted at least 4 or 5 so far that we have not got, that were kind of right there. And of course, when you don't get the pitch that could have ended the inning, what happens? The next pitch usually ends up being a homer, and that's exactly what happened to us. Or like the next couple pitches after ends up leading to a homer. And unfortunate, that's how it all plays out, depending on what number in the count you get to. Things are a lot different, 3-2, 0-2, 2-2, 1-2. I mean, swings are always going to be different. 3-2 pitch, and he walked him. Fuck. We might have to pull him, dude. He doesn't got it, man. Next up, first baseman Victor Caratini, which, he's not that physically imposing or intimidating as if it was like a Yordan Alvarez right now, or a Bregman, or Altuve, or a Tucker, but again, he is 1 for 2 with a run and a K. And if you pitch it right down the middle, he could end up getting a, bases clearing double, and then the game will be over. So we have to be very careful here. Yeah. Come on, baby. Bottom of the 6th, 4-3 H-Tan. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Big swing and a miss to Caratini. Yeah, we love that. And obviously the Braves and the Mariners are in the same position, where we should have played much better in the regular season and kind of let it slip through our fingers. And then you got the Twins and the Tigers and the Royals that took advantage, and the Mets took advantage of the Braves. The Braves could have been there, but again, you got to play strong throughout the whole season. And obviously the Braves had injuries with, Acuna and Strider and a few others, but there is a chance where both of those teams might not be in. 1-1 pitch from Gilbert to Caratini. Come on, baby. Get out of this inning, Logan. Oh, dribbler. We got it. There we go. We got saved right there. Because anything above 1 run kind of feels like we might not be able to come back from, at least at this point in the matchup. End of the 6th inning, 4-3 Astros. There we go. Now we really need to ramp it up here. And obviously, hopefully we can have at least 1 or 2 good innings out of these last 3 to give us a chance to tie and then maybe win 5-4, either in 9 or in 10. Let's go. Unless we can have like a magnificent inning where we get like 3 or 4 runs, which is possible, but I don't know. We'll see. Next up for the Mariners, an unusual 0 for 3 with a K, Victor Robles. I think I would like to have him drop a bunt here since we have no outs and he's the first one on board. Drop the bunt down. You will be safe. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And we need that bat to light up, and we need to, singles, doubles. I mean, hell, we could definitely use one of these at this point, and I don't know if we're going to get it, but that would be great. And batting third, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Tridents up. We need the Tridents to come out. Either that or consecutive hits back to back to back. But it all starts right here, and hopefully Victor will drop the bunt down, and we can end up getting a single to start the rally this inning. And then we go Robles, Julio, Cal, Randy. And, this is going to be the best inning that we have a chance, to be able to get something going besides the 9th inning. So hopefully we can get it done here. Let's go Mariners. All right, nice. We hit 40 likes, 10 more to get to 50. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do. Thank you so much. Now we're at 41. 9 more to go to hit the final goal of the night. 9 more. That's it. We're almost there. We got 3 innings to get 9 likes. I think we can do that. I mean, we have enough people in the room right now. If there's people that haven't done it, we'd already hit it. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you. This is a very odd thing here for Victor Robles. Popped up. Fuck. I mean, when's the last time Victor went fucking 0 for 4? Shit, why didn't you bunt? Victor, you're in the leadoff spot. Bunt. That was a mistake. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Fuck, we might lose because of that. I'm not even lying. We needed him to bunt there. Brent in the building. What's good? Miss you. Love you. How's your day going so far? Besides all your fantasy players in red? Welcome to my world. Pitch right down the middle to Julio. 1 for 3 with a single in the third and a run. Come on, Julio. Be that guy. Be that guy that we gave that money to. Let's go. 0-1 pitch. Big off-balance swing going for the moonshot behind in the count 0-2. And typically when Julio gets behind in the count 0-2, he strikes out. So don't be surprised if he strikes out here at this particular next pitch, because I assume he will. I hate to say that, but you love my world. There is a strikeout. Valdez is not in anymore, Clay. So your parlay is not going to win. Sorry, bud. He's been out for a couple innings. And you love my world, Britt. Come on now. It's your world, and I'm just living in yours. Next up is Cal Raleigh. I knew Julio was going to strike out. Anytime you get behind in the count 0-2, Julio is just not one of those hitters that can find a way to overcome the 0-2. He's not Ichiro. He's not Tony Gwynn. He's not Pete Rose. Pitch in the zone for a strike. Behind in the count now 0-2. Candace in the building. What's good? Well, Altuve's 0 for 3 today, so, I mean, it is possible that you might be able to get a hit. I don't know about a run, though, unless he goes for a solo dinger, and I don't know if it'll happen tonight. But I would say Altuve hit and run scored, probably 5%. Maybe lower than that, maybe 3, just being honest. I mean, if he was, 3 for 3 right now, or at least 1 for 3, then I would say probably 30 to 40% chance, but again, if you end up being 0-3, sometimes that big hit is coming to go 1-4. But also the same thing, you could also go 0-4. So we'll see where it goes. But at this point, we can't give up anything else. We have to keep it at 4 if we want to be able to win this game. 0-2 pitch. Cal, dribbler, throw to first, and a very easy top of the 7th inning for Houston. And I don't like the way that the momentum is going now in this game. See who's up next for the Astros. But the schedule tomorrow is I will be streaming this game tomorrow at 11 a.m. And then on Thursday, I'm going to go to the arcade and have a me day and take a day off. And then on Friday, we'll be back for the Mariners and the Athletics, Saturday and Sunday as well. And then also Sunday night football, and then the Ducks and the UCLA Bruins on Saturday evening. So we'll be jam-packed with a lot of games and streams. And I might even do reaction videos to the Bengals and Commandos and Bills and Jags possibly tomorrow if I have time. I wanted to put those out today, but I had to take Paisley to the groomer and had to do some shopping and whatnot for her at Petco, so I didn't have time. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Astros. Next up for the Astros, 0 for 1 in the 7-hole, shortstop Jeremy Pena. He's a Gold Glover. He's a stud. I would love him on the Mariners. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run, 2 RBIs, 2-run blast, Jason Heyward. He got dumped by the Braves and the Dodgers, and the Astros said, come on over. And he's definitely been good for them since he's joined the team. And batting third, 0 for 2, center fielder Mauricio Dubon. Let's go, Mariners. I think Hurts will get more points than Baker. Again, I feel that game, anytime you have Saquon Barkley, who might be the best running back in football this year, and they're not really doing the tush push as much, because they don't have Kelsey up front. Jurgens is a kind of a downgrade. So, and A.J. Brown, you have to look to see if his availability is there. If Brown and Devontae Smith are both playing, then there's a higher chance for more points. But if A.J. Brown is out again, then it's just going to be Goddard, Devontae Smith, and then obviously a hell of a lot of Saquon. So I don't know, man. Like I said, fantasy quarterbacks and tight ends have been absolutely horrific this year. So, even if you get superstar guys that are putting up like 8 to 10. So, hopefully you have another quarterback besides Jalen Hurts. But the Bucs have not given up a passing touchdown in 2024. We're the only team to not giving up a passing touchdown. So not saying that Jalen can't get one on us. He definitely can. He's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, but I'm just giving you, that knowledge that I know. So big swing and a miss for Jeremy Pena. 0-1 count. Pena tops that one foul behind in the count 0-2. Now, Altuve's 0 for 3 so far. He'll be up in a couple batters. We're at Pena, 7, Heyward, 8, Dubon, 9, then Altuve. So if they get somebody on board, then you'll see Altuve either that or in the bottom of the 8th. We got Trent Thornton in the game. I'm not sure if this is the right pitcher I would want in this situation, but I guess this is what we're dealt with. 1-2 pitch. Got him! Nice job by Trent Thornton. Wow. Next up, left fielder Jason Heyward. Nice job, Trent. I wasn't expecting that. First pitch is inside to Heyward, 1-0 count. Come on, Trent. Bring that electricity, baby. We need you. Heyward in the box. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a live stream for Hawks Lions, and I'll do a reaction video for that. I would have done one for, the Hawks fans in general, but, it's the Dolphins. Obviously for the Hawks fans, they love seeing their team beat the shit out of anybody else, right? But as far as trying to be able to get views, and some videos have been hitting the algorithm, some have not. So, I decided to pass on the Hawks this week, but I will be doing one obviously later. Nice catch by JT. 2 away. Nice defense by Justin Turner. Next up is center fielder Mauricio Dubon, 0 for 2. And nice job by Justin Turner with that defense, baby. Pitch is low at the knees, 1-0 count. Bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Houston. Nobody on with 2 outs. Now we need a miracle. Ryan Presley warming up. God, the Astros have so many good pitchers, starting and bullpen, even though they struggled earlier in the year. But once they hit that all-star break, they were hot, hot, hot. And I think the Astros are the sleeper team in the American League. Everyone talks about the Yankees and the Guardians and the Orioles, but I wouldn't be sleeping on Houston. I wouldn't be shocked if they overachieve, if Yordan Alvarez can come back healthy. They could overachieve and make it to the World Series. Same thing with like the Padres. I don't think the Phillies or Dodgers want any piece of San Diego. And those two teams are very dangerous. And if they get in and do the damage, they might be able to go, all the way to the ALCS, NLCS. Popped up. Robles is there with Polo. And it's the end of the 7th inning. Let's go to the top of the 8th, and we're down a run. Come on, Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman, 1 for 2 with an RBI, base on ball, and a solo blast, Jorge Polanco. That's Randy on Rosarina. My bad. I went one ahead. 1 for 2 with an RBI and a base on ball, left fielder Randy Rosarina. Then batting second is going to end up being Justin Turner. And then batting third, Jorge Polanco. I was about to say, I thought that Randy was up next, and he is. Good old ESPN for you. All right, baby. Rosarina, Turner, Polo. Let's go. All right, we're only 4 likes away from 50. We're at 46. So if you are in the room and you just hopped in, or if you haven't smashed the like button yet, we need 4 more, and then you won't hear me talk about the likes for the rest of the stream. 4 more to go, and then we've hit the goal, finally. Appreciate you guys. Come on, Randy. We need a big, big play. Little chopper by Randy to first. Fuck! 1 away. Terrible start. What was that? Fucking Randy? Bunting is so important, man, and we didn't take advantage of it. Victor Robles going 0 for 4. And typically when Victor doesn't get a hit in the first 2 at-bats, we lose like 90% of the time. And he's 0 for 4 today. It's going to take a miracle to come back and win this game. Again, even though we're only down a run, Victor is the one that sets the tone. And I'm a little shocked that he didn't get a hit today, but hopefully we can find someone else to step up. Next up, first baseman Justin Turner. Come on, JT. Pitch is outside, 1-0 count. We need to get hit by a pitch. We need some walks. We need something here. Come on, Ems. The Paisley Pup is in here, freshly washed with a brand new extra large rope. Living her best life. Pitch there in the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Justin Turner. Top of the 8th with 1 out. Presley into the game. 259 average, 11 homers, and 50 ribbies for JT here in 2024. The oldest positional player in baseball at 39. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I wanted 3 runs off Valdez, and we got it, but the Gilbert giving up those home runs, man. He hasn't really been that great. Him and Kirby, it's like, those were the popular big-name guys at the beginning of the year, but give me Wu and give me Miller, at the end of the year. But obviously you can't have guys pitch in back-to-back days, so 2-2 pitch. But also Logan Gilbert is, the best pitcher in baseball with the least amount of run support. That's how you end up, being 8-11, where he should have been probably 11-8 or better, but that's how it goes. That's terrible news. Terrible. Scotty? Kansas City and the Tigers won? I mean, golly. What about the Twins? I mean, rip my heart out. Won't ya? 2-2 pitch from Presley to Turner. Pitch is low and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I know. You're just the messenger. Come on, Scotty. Three-two pitch. Turner. And that one is fading foul, about 25 rows back. You know how there's like comics and there's like really, really good ones and they know timing, you know, like Fluffy? What you did right now was like the complete opposite, bro. We're down 4-3. Come on, Scotty. At least we got a walk there. There we go. Justin Turner, the first with the walk. Next up is Jorge Polanco. Polo 3 for 3. I'm not sure if we've ever said that before. With a run and 2 RBIs, he did hit a solo jack to tie the game up 1-1. Could he by any chance be a hero today and end up hitting a 2-run blast and giving us a 5-4 lead to win the game? Rebounds at first. Well, I don't know about now after that terrible update that you just gave. You know, everything was good before you ended up having that message, Scotty. Way to deflate the room, my guy. Golly, Scotty. Polo, here we go. And we got Ribas, the speedster at second. 4 for 4 day for Polo. Woo! Let's go. Pretty good for a guy that is love-hate relationship with the fans. But it's been more love. Obviously in the last month and a half. Now, when we had Scott Service, it was more hate, and he got booed for about a month and a half. So, nice job by Rivas dodging that baseball. But then, lo and behold, who's up? 0 for 3, Mitch Garver. Now, okay, if you really want to earn your $10, $11 million, you better fucking do something here. Like not swing, right? Or get hit by a pitch so we can get bases loaded. Fucking A, like the worst possible fucking player to have up at bat. Mitch Garver? Fuck. Terrible. I mean, like I said, we don't even need to pray for a 3-run blast. We don't even need to pray for a base hit. We just need to pray that he doesn't fucking swing. Get hit by a pitch. You know? Take a walk. That would be excellent. Golly. You heard me. It's terrible. He's not even batting 200. But lo and behold, I say that, and he'll probably hit a 3-run jack right here and win the game for us. I got to talk it into existence now. Come on, Garv. 1 for 4. 3-run blast. Be the fucking hero. Let's go. $10 holla. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Please, please, please. Walk, hit by pitch, or a 3-run blast. I'm always nice to you. Top of the 8th, 4-3 Houston. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Wild pitch. There we go, baby. Yes. Rivas to third with the wild pitch from Presley. Thank you. Thank you, Reflect. Let's go. You don't say, Scotty Mac. You're telling me things that I never knew. Chris coming in, telling me teams that lost and telling me that Garver is a punching bag all year. I never knew that. Thank you for updating me. I never knew. Terrible free agent pickup. You don't say. Wow. I never knew that. Runners on the corners with 1 out. 4-3 Houston. 2-1 count from Presley to Garver. Garv pops it up. Heyward comes in. 2 away. Anybody but Garv. Fucking A, dude. Next up is JP Crawford, and it's not that much better than Garv, which is sad to say. JP used to be a good player, but not really that much anymore. You know, he used to have that clutch gene, you know, but it disappeared after he broke his pinky. Hell, he didn't even have it this year. He was batting 150 with Julio and fucking Polo in the top 3 spots. And then, I don't know if he's significantly gotten worse after the pinky, injury, but I don't know, man. I mean, I would rather have Ryan Bliss or Tyler Locklear at bat right now than fucking the last 2 guys that we had. I mean, this is pretty much useless. I like his personality, and I like you, Crawdaddy, but you're kind of junk right now. You know, you haven't been good all year, and for me to say that I would rather have more confidence in Ryan Bliss or Tyler Locklear, it's not me talking shit. It's just being honest. You know, I think that we would have a better chance to get a hit out of those guys in AAA than what we have right now. You know, but it is what it is. He would have been if he would have ended up hitting a 3-run blast right there, but you know, but it didn't happen. I did too, you know, and again, he had some problems hitting. He didn't have that good, series when we went on the road, when we ended up getting blasted by like the Marlins and the Rays. But if you remember, there was that little stretch where his hitting is kind of shaky, you know, but his defense is better than, you know, some of the other guys. Like, he's better a defender than Polo, you know, and I think that he gives you good juju and good aura and good vibe, and he's faster on the bags, and you can move guys over. And, you know, Locklear was a skinnier, younger version of Ty France, but lo and behold, whenever we get rid of players, what happens? They end up doing great things on their new team, and Ty actually had a pretty successful run with the Reds after we let him go. That's what kind of happens. You know, we got good players, and then, we decided to let them go. They go to another team, and they end up doing better than what they did with us, so. Let them know, Stand With Ukraine. I know we got 90 people in the building. Smash that like button for your boy. Top of the 8th, 4-3 Astros. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And we got fucking Hader in the game. That's excellent. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitch is outside. And the best case scenario for JP is probably a walk or a hit by a pitch, and if he doesn't get hurt. You know, that's sad to say, but that's kind of where we're at lately with some of these guys in the lineup. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to JP Crawford. And obviously, if you look at the lineup, it didn't look that good. Turner, Polo, Garv, JP, Dylan Moore, which will now be Luke Raley. Come on, Mariners. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, the whole crowd is booing when it was 3 feet off the plate. Get some glasses. Wasn't even close. You guys have already gotten extra calls today on us. JP 0 for 3. And he will be 0 for 4. And JP chokes again. Motherfuck! Unbelievable. And that's why that happens. You know, it's like you got to get better players. And if you look at the lineup, you know, Justin Turner, hit or miss. Polo at least hit a home run today. But then this part of the lineup is terrible. Useless. You know, you got to have better players in the 7, 8, and 9, you know. And at least, you know, you can bring Luke Raley in. But again, I really feel like the stats and the analytics, you know, based on left-handed pitchers, we're going to go with righty strong lineup. Fuck that. You know, if you got a good player like Luke Raley, who's one of your top 4, you play him no matter what. You know, just like Victor Robles, I could give 2 shits if a guy is right-handed, left-handed. His ERA is fucking 1.50, 1.90. You play your best players, and they'll find a way. But apparently, we try to find this same type of metrics and analytics that every other team uses, and then we end up losing. So sometimes you got to think outside of the box, like bunting more. And when you bunt, usually good things happen. So go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-3. Houston. All right, enough of you, bro. You can go and watch your Hooters thing. I don't need to fucking have you in here commenting every 3 comments. Goodbye. Drink some beers, eat some wings, watch the stream somewhere else. Enough of you. Golly. People think that once their team starts winning that they can just fucking spam up the chat left and right. Fuck that, man. Now, if you're going to end up, donating, subbing, commenting, sharing, that's different. Okay? We got Andres Munoz in the game. I don't know how I feel about that, being in the 8th. So what are we going to do? Him in the 8th and then Troy Taylor in the 9th? Or Snyder in the 9th? Mooney trying to keep it close. Anybody that has an initial in their name on YouTube is suspect. Come on, my guy. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3 Houston. 0-1 pitch to Altuve, popped up. Foul behind the count, 0-2. Altuve, line drive to JP. He says, you know what? I can't hit, but at least I can defend. Thank God. One away. Because at the point when you get a player that can't hit and then they can't defend on top of that, and that means goodbye. Goodbye, JP. Goodbye, Polo. Because at some point it will be Cole Young and Cole Emerson. And honestly, I wouldn't mind that one bit. They may not be ready right now, but, we definitely need improvement in our lineup and defensively. Yeah, well, of course, because people love coming in here when they're, they see a person streaming and their team is losing, They don't come in here when the Mariners are winning. They only come in here when the Mariners are losing. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, and that typically results in a block as well. 1-1 pitch. Pitch is low. And outside, 2 balls and 1 strike from Mooney to Kyle Tucker. 1 for 3 with a solo home run in the 4th. Tried to bait him on that garbage pitch that was low at the knees, and he swung. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tucker. Little chopper. 2 away. I like how you try to plant the seed, reflect, but people that do betting and parlays are people that are selfish and they never support anybody else. That's just how it goes. Because they're already in the hole as deep as they are, and anytime that they win, oh, I won $100, but you're down 500. These people will never donate and never support. Very rarely like or share or comment positively or donate. It just doesn't happen. I'm not saying every gambler is a greedy fuck, but people coming in for a parlay, I mean, that's up to you, but those people don't support. And typically they're pretty selfish people too. So tell me I'm wrong. Yes, I am doing it. Well, tell me I'm wrong. Have you ever won a bet and donated to a channel? Fuck no, you haven't. If you're still trying to make up for all the shit that you fucking lost, right? Oh, look at me. I won $100 after being down 1,000. That doesn't mean you're up. You're down 900. Good. And you can watch the game somewhere else. Goodbye. People that bet are selfish, bro. That's just how it goes. It's how, especially if you end up, getting advice and on a channel and then you win and people say, oh, I'll help you out. They never do, Now, if people actually did and they kept their word, then people would be able to stay on this channel, right? And I wouldn't mind people coming in with parlays and doing this and doing that. So, yeah, and I don't need you either, bro. Goodbye. 2-2 pitch. And obviously fumbling the bag. Yeah, I've had this channel for, 8-9 years. I've been full-time for 3, and I don't think we've ever had anybody that's won a parlay that has actually showed gratitude, because they're so selfish and so stubborn with all the money that they've lost, And you would think, if I win $100, you could throw someone 5 or 10, but they're so goddamn selfish, they won't even do $1. But that's because they're down, It's not like you're actually up. People that are betting that are desperate, They're trying to be able to make their lunch money and their fucking lawnmower money fucking stretch out, but they're already in the hole. But again, if people that bet on parlays that were more grateful, then we would allow it more here. Big swing and a miss to Diaz, 0-2 count. But, history tends to repeat itself. Most bettors are extremely selfish people. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I know a bunch of them. Got him. There we go. Go to the 9th inning, 4-3 Astros. And also, too, you get a lot of maniacal, condescending liars. Oh, I won $500. Oh, yeah, I won $250. Oh, I made a bet. I won $2,000. Yeah, you sure did. People always love to lie on what they won or what they're gonna win. And what my reaction is? It's fucking this. Oh, you won? Yeah, fucking right. That's my reaction. Okay? Sure you did. Fuck out of here. Go to the top of the 9th. Now we have a chance for Victor Robles to make things right? Obviously, he hasn't bunted since that one at-bat, maybe a second at-bat. Should have done it when he led off. But now you have a chance to bunt to try to win the game. You're 0 for 4. Typically, when you don't get a hit in your first 2 at-bats, the game is over. But you have a chance to right your wrongs. Just like these people that parlay and gamble their money. You have no house. You have no apartment. Your car got repoed. You got no girlfriend. Things are not going very good for you. You're stealing toilet paper from your work because you can't afford regular toilet paper because you kept losing on your goddamn parlays. 0 for 4, right fielder, Victor Robles. Lay the bunt down. Do it for all the guys that bet, and maybe we can end up getting the dub. Batting second, 1 for 4 with a run and a K, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, 2 for 4 with a run, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Facts. And that's a bold-faced lie. If you want $1 million, we're spending it together. Okay? And you already know that. Nice try. Nice try. Let's go. Oh, Urias is coming up? Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot they ended up pulling him in. Damn it, this isn't good. Urias is in. Urias. And then Robles and Julio. Top of the ninth, 4-3. Heyward on the mound. Urias in the box. And obviously, the game is on the line, and the best thing that you would want is having a 178 hitter in the box. I mean, it's just like Mitch Garver all over again, but I think that we probably have more confidence in Luis than we do in Mitch. It's like, why not let Haniger fucking swing the bat, out of all these other guys? Like, if we're going to have two Mitches on the team, we might as well have the better one batting. Popped up, one away. But again, Victor Robles, this is your chance to be able to right your wrongs, just like all these guys that are addicted to gambling. There's a lot of addictions out there, but gambling is just as bad as drinking and partying. Let me tell you, you become a fucking degenerate when you gamble all the time. All right? But one guy that doesn't gamble, Victor Robles. Let's go. I mean, unless you're a part of DX, then that's a good type of degenerate. Top of the ninth, 4-3 Astros. 0-for-4 for Robles, which is very rare. Big swing and a miss. And I think he missed his opportunity to drop some bunts down. No, Heyward is in. Now, why would Framber Valdez be in the ninth inning? Come on! That gets you banned for asking that kind of question. 0-1 pitch. Oh, there's a bunt. But it's foul. 0-2 count. Oh, I have money. Yeah, I do too. 0-2 count to Victor Robles. Come on, Victor. Heyward, 0-2 pitch. Pop that one foul. Top of the ninth, 4-3 Astros. Nobody on, one out. 0-2 count to Victor Robles, who is probably our best hitter. Julio has been hot. Cal is the most clutch. And hopefully we can get to those players here. But it's just not Victor's day today. 0-2 pitch. And there he goes. Heyward smokes him. 2 away. And again, when Victor ends up getting hits, we win. When he doesn't, we lose. Like, I don't know if there's ever been a game that Victor's gone 0-for-4, 0-for-5 that, that we won. And on top of that, Logan Gilbert wasn't good today. So, but you got to get 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits to win, and we're only at 3. So, the offense needed to be better today. And now we got a guy that has definitely gotten hot, and we'll see if he can create some magic here. Julio Rodriguez. But this might be too much for him to overcome, but we still have a little bit of faith. A solo blast would be great. But an off-balance swing is not the way to do it. 0-1 count. I should have a boot count up. Boot count to send them to boot camp, degenerates. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three for 3 career for Julio against Heyward. That's good. Batting 1,000 against him. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But this might be the at-bat where Heyward ends up winning. And it kind of feels like he will, if I'm just being honest. 2-2 count is like 0-2 to Julio. He's out. 2-2, and there it is. Final score, Astros 4, Mariners 3. Congratulations to the Astros and all the degenerates that won on their parlay. And again, I will be back, obviously, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for the rubber match between the Astros and the Mariners. I appreciate every single person that liked, subbed, donated, commented, and shared. And again, I'll be back tomorrow morning. I got to go, obviously, take care of the pup. Very disappointing loss, but again, Logan didn't really have it. We didn't get enough hits until, the first 3 innings were good, but, we didn't have a hit since then, and you can't win a game against the Astros when your last hit that was significant was in the 3rd inning. So tough. But again, the Astros are the sleeper team in the American League. It wouldn't surprise me if they made the World Series. Same thing with the Padres. Salute to them. I'm not a hater. And again, hopefully we can get the dub tomorrow. So definitely an opportunity missed with a shitty lineup. And when you're making the lineup card and you look at the lineup and you start to look at Turner at 5, Polo, even though he homered at 6, Garver at 7, JP at 8, Demo at 9, this is useless. This is useless. This is useless. You got 3 guys that are useless. You got to be better. You got to have Luke Raley and Rojas in the lineup to have a chance. And if you have a shitty lineup and you're going against the Astros, what do you think is going to happen? 9 times out of 10, they're going to end up getting the dub. So, congratulations to them. But, our season isn't fully over yet, but it's starting to feel like it. But I'm still going to end up grinding it out until the very end of the season. And hopefully we'll get a little bit of luck on our side with the Royals, Twins, or Tigers shitting the bed at some point. But obviously not tonight by the Houston Astros. And my jinx of putting on someone on the thumb and they do well, obviously strikes again. Alex Bregman with a home run, and obviously Heyward with another, and that was the end of the Seattle Mariners. And I got one question for you. Well, talk sports like us, your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay.